Mario.
Hey, all you people.
Welcome to the last episode of the podcast.
Yep,
This is the last one. Jonathan has given up. He's completely given up.
No,
it's the last
It's actually
one.
funny. We thought the same thing. I was going to start this by saying, hey, welcome to the first episode of the podcast where we've completely given up.
I haven't given up at all. In fact, I brought a brand new idea to the table that you'll see as soon as the intro plays.
What? Oh.
Now we're back from the intro. Jonathan realized that we're playing Smash Bros.
I thought that was already revealed to the people.
Well, not before the intro, I'm assuming. Not before the screen that we're on now.
I'll take note of that since I'm the editor.
Well, because it's on the monitor right now. You see, we're playing Smash Bros. On the monitor.
What up? Hey, how's it going?
Okay, let's go. So,
I'm playing through every character in the roster in order.
Just for the record,
and Jason's random.
This is like
That's not established.
This is just a podcast still. Jonathan, I know it's going to be hard for you not to talk about the game constantly, especially when you start losing. But this is supposed to be a normal podcast, but just
I'm a nervous wreck.
I
can't see you against the night sky.
A little something extra added in there. So, anyways, let's start the podcast. I know this is going to be difficult for you to do while talking.
Well, I guess I'm the bro host.
For me too. Oh, yeah, we forgot that. Okay, I'm the...
Last time you were getting on me.
I forgot. I'm the co-host. So what's our first topic, Jonathan? Okay.
Jason's dead. That's the first topic. Get right.
Our second topic is... Jonathan wants to talk about Byte, which is
I was going to say Byte exists.
So,
Jonathan, here's part of the thing. There's a lot of backstory as to why I care. I'm actually surprised that I care at all, but there's actually...
I'm extremely surprised that you care at all.
Yeah, well, I was going to originally start off saying I don't know why I care, but the truth is there's a complex series of events that led to me caring, and I've deciphered them all. What was that?
Okay, so explain those.
Okay, well, first of all, it's been a meme in our house, because there was a day when you were talking about Vine 2, and I just, I thought it was a hilarious concept. I made up a skit and a voice, and I was all like, Vine 2? I'm gonna be a Viner. I'll be famous on Vine 2.
Yeah, he was acting stupid, as usual. And
dude!
And so this was like what, 20 years ago?
Yeah, so it's been sort of a meme, except it's been out of circulation.
No, he just said this thing about Vine 2 like years ago.
But no, I used the voice. The voice became a meme for a while.
Right, but he just said this thing. He was like, Vine 2? I'm going to be a Viner. John, you want to do it for them?
Vine 2? I already did it. I'm going to be a Viner.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Well, you should follow him. His username on Byte is Viner2. He has some really stupid content.
Oh, yeah, they're all stupid.
That I think he should delete, but he doesn't want to. But can you explain your fascination with it? Because to me, it's kind of...
With what? Oh.
Byte. Because to me, it's kind of boring right now. There's not many people
I grew to like Vines long after they stopped being a thing. Because, well, you did that to yourself this time.
Okay. Podcast time. I said, let's not talk about...
I grew to like Vine, but obviously I never had a Vine. But then the weird thing is, I've never had any social media ever before. This is, unless you count my YouTube account that I just recently made but haven't uploaded anything to... I've never had an account on social media.
Why isn't the,
Why isn't what?
It's not scrolling.
I don't know.
Well, anyways,
So, but then when Jason told me that Byte existed, originally just telling me that Vine 2 existed, because I brought it up. I literally brought up something about Vine 2, and he was like, yeah, that exists now. And I was like, what, really? And he was like, yeah, it's called Byte. And then I just immediately downloaded it, and it's like, it's so new, apparently, that it's not even, you can't find it immediately on the App Store.
We need some context on this. Jonathan doesn't ever download any apps.
Oh, yeah, I'm afraid to download
accounts on anything. So, this was just absolutely bizarre, and, he's obsessed with it now, and I don't really understand why. Because it's so new.
I'm not really obsessed with it.
I don't even understand. There's no content on it. It's so new. There's only a couple popular people
I found Jacksepticeye.
But even then,
found Wilbur Soot.
There's so few bytes that are made, and there's a lot of like what you'd expect from an early game social media. It's a lot of
Ow.
like for like, follow for follow, whatever. People are just
I actually haven't found quite too much of that.
Well, all those
I found a lot of cringy people who just like upload like bits of like TV shows and animation.
anime. No, yeah, there's the anime compilations. Those are nice.
I knew you were gonna do that, but I had already input it.
But I mean,
Haha.
nothing out of the ordinary for something like Instagram. Like that's cringe level Instagram. But apparently that kind of stuff was on Vine before, so that's why they're kind of uploading that kind of stuff, like the animation montage, weird edits.
If you're uploading straight up your TikToks, they still have the TikTok logo in them and everything, to Byte. Please stop.
The thing is that you can't really do that because they're
I've
too
seen
long.
it though.
They're too long.
Well, no, if they have shorter TikToks that don't use the full time, I don't know how TikTok works.
I find it funny.
I'm mad.
I find it funny how many people are like
too big
talking about how this is gonna be TikTok's demise. Like, oh, TikTok is finally dead. Byte is gonna take over.
I don't think that's necessarily true, but I do have an interesting take on it.
Like, it didn't have a terrible.
I meant to do that in
didn't have a
midair.
terrible launch, but like it's still like severely
Nice.
unpopular right now. I bet like over the majority of people probably have no idea what it is, and it'll probably get more popular because I think there's an appeal for Vine too. But I don't think it's going to replace TikTok, especially anytime soon. And I think it's bringing a slightly different demographic than TikTok has.
No, I was gonna meteor smash you!
So, but what's your take on it?
My take is that it will not do exactly what people are saying it'll do, but it will kind of. Because I've realized something. This is sort of a replay of events here.
Keep talking to the mic.
You were looking at the...
I'm looking at it because it's not scrolling. Just go.
Because here's the thing. What happened is Vine was popular when it was a thing. I feel like it sort of gained in popularity for like nostalgia reasons after it was no longer a thing. And then TikTok sort of replaced it in like a very abstract way. It really wasn't the same, but people made comparisons. And those comparisons, some of them were logical. But popularity-wise, it did take over. But the thing is, nobody outside of TikTok likes TikTok. Everyone who doesn't have a TikTok hates TikTok. It's like a meme. But now that Byte is back, it's like a reborn version of Vine. And that's the story. But I want to tell you, does anything about that story sound familiar?
What do you mean? What do you mean? I didn't listen to half of it. Sorry, I was
Okay, something is popular but becomes more popular after it's sort of faded out because of nostalgia reasons. Something replaces it in an abstract sense. It's not really a replacement, but people make comparisons to it.
Go ahead, tell me what really obscure example that you
Minecraft
have.
and Fortnite.
Okay. Yeah, how did Fortnite replace Minecraft?
I don't know how people make comparisons to it. Mostly just the building aspect and the fact that it got so popular, but they were there. And
no, nobody.
But
okay.
Fortnite is the same thing. Everybody thinks it's cringy. Everybody hates it. And then Minecraft, with its new updates, came back into circulation, partially just out of randomness. But in Byte's case, there's a reason. It's because it's literally Vine 2 that's actually a new thing.
Wait, are you saying Minecraft updates came back?
No.
They were always updating the game.
No, I know, but to a lot of people, Minecraft was almost new because they hadn't seen it in so long. The updates were like a whole new game. That was a common thing I was hearing.
Maybe. There wasn't that much new stuff, really, that was added.
Wow, you died fast, broski. Didn't even use any specials.
On the podcast, and I did use a lot of specials. Oh, you didn't. Yeah, I'm trying not to talk about the game and just talk about the podcast because I know a lot of people probably aren't watching.
Usually, I'm the one who can't multitask, though. I'm doing pretty good.
As is typical with the
I can't escape
podcast. Moving on. See, you're just making me freak out because now the podcast is boring. Just talk about something. Oh my goodness.
I was looking for your opinion.
On what?
My theory. I think that people like an excuse to research the things by hating on something else that wasn't as good, and also just because they're nostalgic for it. And I feel like that same formula played out with Minecraft, and now it's going to happen with Vine 2, aka Byte.
I think that's what is already happening. I think a lot of it is Vine, but I think there is the sort of like TikTok in a way, not really, but in some ways replaced what Vine used to be. And so now I think there's like a vengeance thing, like, oh look, now we actually got Vine back. Now TikTok, dumb, it can go away. But Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I don't think it's going to be as successful. I don't think Byte is going to be that successful.
Oh, I pressed the wrong. I personally, I mean, I really don't have any way to gauge how popular it'll be, but I think it has potential.
I mean, I definitely think it has potential, but like TikTok is just already such a monopoly that I don't know, and I'm not sure.
See,
Byte 2, I'm not sure.
I don't think either of us are typically early adopters to things. So
I am.
I mean, when have you been this early in the development of something? You can't see its potential right now, so you're judging it saying I mean, based off of the fact that you can't see that.
I'm not much of an early adopter of social medias because I don't really use many social medias, or I'm not a fan of social media, I should say. But I mean, in general, as far as technology and software, I would say I'm a bit of an early adapter when I'm able to be.
Yes, but I mean, this is different because we don't have much to base it off of. We barely have any like future predictions based off of what we've seen because it hasn't been around long. It's very new, and that's another weird thing for me. I'm not usually one to hop on something like this because, like, I mean, obviously I was alive when Vine was a thing, but we didn't even have phones back then because we didn't want them, or at least I didn't.
Well, what I was saying earlier, I don't know if it's like an indie thing, like just a small group
That's
of
what
people,
I'm going to say, though.
But it looks like it is.
The fact that it's small, people hate stuff that's popular. So they're going to say, like, oh, this is niche, this is small, this is no one knows, it's so cool.
No, but
cool guy club.
You don't understand that because it's indie, they're going to have a hard time advertising. They're going to have a hard time with fast and regular updates.
No, because they've got Vine's legacy to work with.
That they still need advertising, Jonathan. So what if they have Vine's legacy? Yeah, that means anybody who knows about it will probably download it if they like Vine. But how will people figure out about it? They have to advertise it. And a lot of that is already being done through social media influencers telling them, go follow my Byte. And then people are like, oh, what's this? That's what happened to me because I saw like 3 people talking about it. And I was like, what even is this? So then I figured out about it. But they're still going to need advertising. And if they are a smaller group developing this, then they aren't going to have a lot of funds for advertising. Whereas Minecraft was already massive, like multi-billion-dollar company, so they have no problem with bouncing back and having the regular updates.
Vine is still pretty massive in the meme game. That's not a financial thing, but people still use like Vines as memes.
But TikTok is way bigger.
Yeah, but everyone hates it. Just like...
That's so untrue. You're saying that because that's how you feel.
No, I actually don't hate TikTok. I don't like it, but I don't hate it like everybody else.
Okay, well, you're saying that because you don't like it. Listen, TikTok is insanely popular, and that fact alone proves that a lot of people like it. You say everybody hates it. No,
that's a general term. Like, I would say the same thing about Fortnite, but obviously that's not true either.
Right, I would say
it's like a thing to hate it.
I would say it's like 50-50. People either like it or don't. But there's a lot of people that do like it, obviously, because there's a huge fan base for it. So it's not like it's going to just die anytime soon. It's not just going to go away. What is more likely to happen is what you, in your over-exaggeration, neglected in the Minecraft Fortnite example, is that a lot of Fortnite players started playing Minecraft while also playing Fortnite. They're probably just going to be TikTokers that also join Byte. And I think that they're different in a lot of ways enough that they could stand as 2 separate things that can coexist.
Can't shoot super missiles. Yes. But, I mean, that's also what's happening in my example of Fortnite and Minecraft. They're coexisting.
Yeah. I'm just saying this isn't going to, like, take over TikTok.
Oh, Dredd, you're short.
TikTok's bad. Time for it to die.
Oh, yeah, I didn't say it would take over anything. I just said it would be successful.
If it does, guess what? There's just going to be TikTokers that take over Byte, and then it's just going to be, like, condensed TikToks on Byte, as well as other stuff, obviously, but, I mean, that's going to happen no matter what. I guarantee you there's going to be, like, a condensed 6-second version of TikToks on Byte soon enough. Some sort of music.
Yeah, but at least you won't have people like doing their whole big dance numbers to like the whole chorus of a song or anything.
Maybe,
that's gonna be
but
gone.
That's not really. I didn't
like. This is something I was thinking about too.
Some of the dancers on there are talented.
Even people who would normally become TikTokers and bring the same like cringe that people like to memeingly hate on them for, who are now joining Byte just because it's the new thing and never were a part of TikTok. They still they're restricted to the same format that doesn't allow the kind of stuff that people hate from TikTok. Like, you can't make those types of videos on Byte.
Yeah. Well, no. Okay, so here's the reason why I don't like TikTok.
Ow.
Generally speaking, is not because is only because of like the people, the people, like the culture. Well, you know how we talked about last podcast about like the self-care Twitter threads,
Yeah,
and stuff. It's like that kind of people. That's what makes up TikTok, and that kind of culture is gross to me. Like stan culture, that kind of thing. That's like what's on TikTok a lot, and
you're coming across as a bit judgy here.
Well, I have a personal.
Oh, I love this song.
I have a personal opinion, and I almost think that stans are objectively bad. Like, I don't even... Honestly, I think they're objectively bad. Like, I don't even think you can argue that. They're literally insane. You know what? Okay, you know what?
Well, I don't... You kind of almost take it too far, but I do agree there's no purpose.
Well, some people
and a lot of it is
some
bad.
people use the word stan loosely, but, like, stans are insane people. And... You know what? I know you don't because you don't have Twitter. You know what?
Yeah,
you know what K-pop stans do on Twitter? Not even K-pop.
The crazy stuff, almost like
but listen to this.
I've heard
they
about
go on
this
any viral tweet, and what they do is they respond and be like, ha ha ha, LOL, LMAO. But then what they do is they attach a video of whoever their K-pop stan is, their idol. They attach a video of them, from them performing.
They've literally sold their soul into becoming viruses for another person.
Yes, and that way it racks up views on that video and it gets it trending. So they basically go on these trending tweets and put a video so that it racks up views for that person that they stan. It's insane, Jonathan. It's literally ridiculous. I went on a tweet this morning, and every single reply, it had like 200,000 likes. Every reply.
Yeah, they've turned this into a religion.
Every reply was a K-pop artist dancing. Every single one. And the amount of times I've seen the word Stan Luna, oh my goodness, I'm going to kill myself.
Stan Luna?
It's a K-pop person. It's ridiculous.
I wouldn't know, yeah.
It's so annoying. But I mean, like, some of the actions that they do, I'm saying.
That was the wrong move.
Not as people, they're like terrible people, but some of the actions they do, I think, are objectively bad.
Well, they've like turned themselves into cultist robots.
I think that's objectively
what is the point
bad
of that?
In some ways.
But also, I mean,
that
I feel like
culture,
whenever these kind of people exist, they use it as an excuse to just hate. They go further back on the root, and the hate is then unjustified. It's like now they just say like K-pop is cancer. And it's just like, okay,
which is
hate
why
on a whole
we're
genre.
getting on a bit of a tangent. The point was, no matter what, I think TikTok culture in some way is gonna, and in some isolated or non-isolated amount, is gonna transfer to Byte. So I think if that's what you really truly don't like about TikTok, which is probably true for a lot of people.
Well,
then
starting off early, a lot of the bites are from people specifically saying, "Don't turn this into TikTok."
Right, which I don't want that either, because it's just, can we just not talk about TikTok and accept it as its own thing?
There's actually not so many that it's annoyed me yet. I've only seen like...
Yeah, but I just feel like that's going to be a trend, you know, like you said, just to hate on it. Because those are the first videos that are being uploaded. Those are going to get likes and comments and whatever. People are going to be like, wow, if I want to get a cool, funny tweet or funny bite,
Ow.
you know what's be funny is to talk about TikTok. That would be really funny, right? So I think
that can't last long. If it does, then yeah, that might actually be... What? That actually might be somewhat of its demise if it can't be original.
Well, it's not going to last long enough to make it die or anything, but the point is that it's not even going to happen. TikTok is not going to die because of this. Let's see how long we were talking about Byte and get ready for our next segment. We talked for a long time, 20 minutes. Okay. Did you have anything else to talk about this podcast? Anything on your mind?
Oh, well, yeah. This or the next one is probably going to be the last podcast before a very long break because I'm back in college now. And not just any college, senior year college. I got a senior design project now. I've got a team. I'm the only dude on my team. Then it's 3 girls. I'm also the only idiot on the team. Everyone else seems capable. So all those people who say, oh my goodness, I'm going to die.
Dude, they say that?
Yeah.
All those girls on your team say, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm not gonna die. You've heard the rumors, but it's not true. I'm not dying yet. I'm still living.
So Jonathan thinks he doesn't have time to take 10 minutes to edit a podcast. I'm joking because Dad's gonna say you're pressuring him to work on the podcast, but yeah, no, I really think you put too much time into it than is necessary. That you could still be upkeeping, but whatever. Continue. Explain your reasonings.
About what?
About why you can't do the podcast. I thought that was the point.
Oh, I just can't. Whenever all the things that are weighing on my back are all school, and then suddenly there's just podcast, it just seems so unprofessional. And then, oh my goodness. I'm
not sure I understand that.
To ever have to prioritize the podcast over schoolwork, like, it's one thing if I...
You shouldn't, but you can do both.
But then, a lot of the times I do in order to get it uploaded.
Well, you shouldn't.
Even just briefly.
Even if it's late, I mean, you could still put up the podcast, but I'm definitely not saying that you should neglect schoolwork because of it.
I don't like Kirby's special moves. Well, maybe that'll change things. Well, here's I guess the real big thing. I want to actually put effort into this, but that's what takes time. So I can continue doing this all I want, but it's going to be terrible. Like, you told me to make new backgrounds for new locations. Yeah, as if I'm going to have time to do that. That would take a full week, maybe, if I wanted it to look really good. And I wasn't in college, but guess what? I'm in college, so what's that going to be? Half a year then?
Okay, okay. I'm not gonna talk about anything else about that.
I'm terrible at getting things done. That's what you need to know.
Right.
So if
I
have more than one thing to get done,
I thought that was mean, so I'm not gonna say that. Which is why I was just gonna say I'm gonna move on. But I don't have anything else to talk about, so.
Well, I haven't been gotten closed in any more doors, but I do still have the worst luck at college.
Story time.
No, not really.
Not story time. Never mind.
The dining hall keeps giving me stuff. Like, you guys saw, they had cut up apple slices, but there was a sticker on the apple still. They just put it in an apple cutter.
And there was still a sticker on one of the slices of apple. Is that all for that story? Because I thought of something I could technically talk about.
Oh, yes, you can.
Okay, so I'm in English 3 AP, and the first thing that we did when we got into the class was an introduction, right? Sure, you know how that goes. First day of class.
Yeah, the teacher says, now tell me a bit about yourself, and then you jump out the window.
But here's what happened.
Ooh.
We took a personality quiz where they matched your personality with one of 4 animals. Lion, lion, otter, golden retriever, and beaver.
Now tell everyone about your astrological sign.
Yeah, and no, literally, she went on with this presentation. She had a okay, yeah. So after we're done with the quiz, she has this presentation, like these PowerPoint slides. A whole slide dedicated to each animal, explaining what it means if you got that animal. As if it wasn't self-explanatory by the questions that they asked you. Literally, the entire thing was basically, it would ask a question like, are you
an otter?
Are you emotional? That was like golden retriever's thing is like more like emotional and like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and otter was like social. But all the questions were related to that, and then the PowerPoint presentation basically just regurgitated it all back. So you basically just answered questions on a quiz, and it's like, here's what it means. The stuff that you just told us.
Are you happy? Then you're a doggo. So if you're a doggo, that means you're happy.
And the lion had stuff like, you like to get stuff done or whatever. Can be bossy or whatever. And the PowerPoint's like, yeah, so if you're a lion, you like to get stuff done. It's like, what's the point of this? But the entire class period, it was so boring. She just reads directly off this PowerPoint, goes on, and she's like, this is important because when we work in groups, it's going to help, you might want, it'll help you to work well with your peers. I'm gonna get in my
No!
I'm gonna get in my group with my group mates and be like, yep, so I'm a lion. Just to let you know, I might get bossy. I can't help it. It's just who I am. I'm a lion.
Were you a lion?
I was, and that's something else I was gonna talk about. The quiz was like it was kind of skewed to where the lions seemed to have the most favorable traits, and the majority of people in the class were lions.
Because they were lying about themselves.
Right.
Haha.
It's one of those things where you tend to lie or think more favorably about yourself.
Well, I was doing good until I killed myself.
You tend to think more favorably about yourself on the quiz. And so she's like, wow, a lot of people are lions. And there were like not many golden retrievers because they seem to have the worst, like emotionally unstable kind of questions. I'm like, yeah, this is so stupid. Man, it was great. And then we had to do an actual introduction where we, like, said our name and whatever. There were a couple questions. And then it said, depending on your animal, there was a question that you had to answer. So for lion, it was, if you had a warning label, what would it be? And
what does that even mean?
Otter was like...
Oh, that's like... It's like the dumbest question
ever. Otter was like...
It's cringe.
Yeah, it is.
Class was this again? English?
English. Otter was like... if you could have coffee with a famous person, who would it be? Anybody. Who would it be? And golden retriever, can't remember. Beaver was pet peeve. So...
What's your pet beaver?
So I was lying, and I was like, well, I'm a lion.
Every time you say that, I think you say you're lying.
I'm a lion, but that question's dumb, so I don't know. I wouldn't have a warning label. Because that's stupid. Warning, I'm kind of bossy. I'm kind of a lion.
Dude, this is actually, like, manifested cringe. This is like, I don't know how this happened.
And so I said that, and she was like, oh, you're you're one of those people. Like I was going against the grain. I didn't want to do the introduction. She was like, oh, you're one of those people. She was laughing about it, but then she said, okay, answer another one. And so I answered beaver, because that was my second highest animal, which was, by the way, it was all about, like, precision and perfectionism and stuff, and being scheduled and not spontaneous. But the question was the pet peeve one, and I said, okay, my pet peeves are introductions, and then
oh my goodness,
that's what I said. And
bro, you killed her. Roasted.
Okay, you're one of those people, and I was like, yeah, I know, right?
My headphones are falling off.
I'm so cool and quirky.
Oh, I almost could have killed you. I killed you anyways.
I totally roasted her, man, but no, I got laughs from the class, so that's all I wanted. Obviously.
Dude, this sounds like the worst week ever for everyone. My week started off terrible because I kept waking up every hour on the hour the first night I slept going back to college this week. It was awful.
I hate how this isn't automatically scrolling. The audio in Audacity as we're recording isn't scrolling, so I have to keep scrolling back and checking the time.
Let's talk about that, because this is why I'm afraid of technology. And I was telling Jason that I'm as good at technology as he is. I was going to say,
do you want to do a 40-minute for this? Since you said you don't have time and you need to do
well, no, it's more about editing, and at that point, the editing isn't any different. So I'm just going to let it be what it wants to be. Were you random, or did you pick Lil Mac?
Okay, I picked Lil Mac. So, what happened?
I was saying that I'm as good at technology as you are. Yeah, thanks for killing me. I'm just way more afraid of it. And so, therefore, you're more knowledgeable because you don't shy away from it. But you're no less technically talented.
I mean, I disagree, but okay. I'm not sure what the point
and
of
where's
saying
your proof?
That was. You lack skills in technology. I don't know if I have concrete proof, but you've said and done and not known how to do a lot of stupid things.
See, that's the thing. I'm always either a genius or an idiot. I can't ever just be average.
Okay.
It's
who
true.
said you're not average? I mean, you probably
That looks so weird.
You probably know more than the average person about computers, but at the same time, I've questioned the fact that you're a computer science major sometimes, because
so do I.
You do some pretty dumb stuff, so I don't know if you're.
I question the fact that I've passed classes before.
I don't know if you're equally technologically skilled, but that's okay. If that's what you want to tell yourself.
I thought you were going to bring up something that is irrelevant, but now that you haven't, I feel more highly of you. I feel like you're a better person than I thought, but I also feel like if we started the podcast yesterday, you would have brought it up.
Okay.
And that being the whole thing we were talking about, how where you were trying to explain people that you know on the internet, and I was like, what makes them special? And it was like, they don't have to be special.
I was specifically hoping that
But
you
then,
would
like, we
not
didn't
talk
even
about
understand-
that ever again in my life, and also I don't see what that has anything to do with technology.
No, it wasn't. I was changing the topic. Because I have, halfway through that argument, which restarted halfway through
I
the
literally
day,
prayed
we
to
changed
Jesus
our
that you
sides.
would not mention this at all, because this is probably the most annoying thing I've ever experienced in my life.
Okay, then I'm just going to try and get a jab. I forgot Pikachu had an air.
That argument consisted of me saying that people are unique because they are unique people, because every person is unique, and then you telling me that, no, they have to have something specifically special with them.
No, I didn't say it had to be one thing. I just said elaborate on those things that you've noticed that make them unique.
There's an infinite amount of them.
Well, surely you notice at least one. And that's all I was asking for.
It's not like okay, we were talking about Pokimane, and he was asking me what's special about Pokimane, why is she popular?
Surprise, break the mold.
And I don't watch her, so I can't really tell you.
That's all I wanted you to say was that I don't know. I was just wondering, because I heard a bunch about her but hadn't seen anything about her, if there was anything about her that would make me interested.
But I'm saying
her
I don't know
content.
how many people could just like name specific things about something that makes them special. It's just everybody has a unique personality, and it's not something that you can necessarily name or give a specific example of, but you can just say, I like their personality. It's hard to define a personality, but you like people because of their personalities. That's what I'm saying. It's not really a definite thing. It's usually an indefinite thing. So even if I did watch Pokimane and I could tell you everything about her, I would just say I would watch her because of her personality or because she's hot. It's one of those two options, but there's nothing definite that I could say. So that's all I'm saying. I don't really understand what your argument was. And I think you just got
My
wrecked,
argument was that
so.
there was no argument, and I just found it funny that we actually cared about this to begin with.
Yeah, that's you, Jonathan. That's you. You argue and care
You're
about
the one,
everything.
You know what? I think I'm going
Which
to
is why I think
allow you
Cole
to
is
think more highly.
autistic.
What?
Because he argues about everything, and I think that's an autism thing.
Okay.
Exactly. Topic changed.
Okay,
Like a
well then
boss.
now you have to carry that topic that you've decided to start. Drat, I'm an idiot.
So the next topic is about my... You saw my new YouTube logo I made, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Oh, you use that for your YouTube too, not just your Byte?
Yeah, I made it for my YouTube channel.
Where are
It's a
all the
new logo.
pixels, Jason? Did you notice that the little logo in the corner for the podcast is still your potion bottle? Like the one that not the channel logo that you see on the bottom, but the logo that appears just on the actual like video frame in the bottom right corner.
Oh yeah, the watermark.
What is that? How does that work? Why is it different from the channel logo? I've noticed that for a lot of
It's a
channels.
watermark. You can set it to be anything, and I just didn't have anything to
Oh.
set it to, so I just made it my logo for the time being.
Well, you know what? While you're on YouTube, I'm gonna give you something here, bro. I don't care about Cuppa anymore either.
Cuppa. So you've gone from saying
No, I
What was
combined the two. I did like Cuppa.
Kappa, and now you just say Cuppa. Yeah.
The point is, a lot of people who did care about
you
it have
stopped
said now
being
that there's
stupid?
no. But see, a lot of the stupid.
Oh, so it's just hive-minded. Oh, I watch.
Well, no, yeah,
I
it
watch
was a
these
lot of
creators and
fear
they're
mongering, but it
scared.
was also still YouTube being stupid because
Yes, that's the perfect word. Thank you. Fear mongering. YouTube content creators do that so much because they just like want.
But no,
pity
it was
from their
even
fans.
people- it was even
And
people outside
people
of
like you
YouTube.
pander to it so much.
I was never all that afraid. I was cautious. I was not panicking.
You brought it up in legitimate casual conversation.
Because it was a relevant topic.
No, it's stupid. It never was, and I hate content creators who act like they're so important and fearmonger like that. Like, look, YouTube's gonna die. YouTube's policies suck. And while it's not completely false,
Well,
all
no,
the time,
here's the thing. Most of
just
the
like
worst
they're trying
part
to
of
get
it is on
something.
YouTube's side. Like, what is it, the FDC? Is that the abbreviation?
Children's safety, children's protection, FCP. I don't know.
I may have just said random letters.
Anyways,
They wanted to have... they were the ones I was afraid where it like had to be black and white, where it's like, if your content appeals to kids at all, even if that's not the target audience. But the thing is, they actually wanted to have an option for mixed audience, meaning just whoever can watch it, and that wouldn't be affected by any of this either. But YouTube decided for some reason that it had to be, no, this is made for kids, no, this isn't made for kids.
It's the same reason for a lot of things. If there was an error with that on their side, then they're gonna get in big trouble and lose a lot of money. So they're just being cautious for their own sake. But I'm sure along with that, then they're gonna have leniency. Which, once again, we don't know anything because nothing has happened yet, but I think that's already a good sign that nothing has happened yet.
I still don't like the way they implement AI into things like these, but I am not worried anymore, and my voice has gone weird.
But you can manually review it before anything would happen to you. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I'm mostly worried about...
Yeah, the final straw will never be AI, and that's what... why I think you're...
That's why I was telling you, there was a while ago where they proved that even things that are supposed to be manually reviewed on YouTube are AI controlled. They lie about that.
Hey, listen, here, this is going to blow your mind.
Okay.
It would be way worse if there wasn't AI. There would be so much content that would be legitimately inappropriate for kids that would be making it through if there wasn't AI, because they can't look at every single video that's uploaded to YouTube. The millions that's uploaded daily, they can't look at all that manually.
Oh, I know.
So they need the AI, and of course the AI is going to be touchy so that they can catch everything, and from there they can manually review anything that's in conflict.
My problem is, and let me finish this, that if the AI was the end-all, be-all. But here's the thing. I have no reason to believe that it won't be, because YouTube has let me down time and time again. But you know what? Because you say it won't be, and because you were right last time, I'm going to believe you wholeheartedly.
Okay. I mean, I don't see why you don't believe me if they've literally written that before. Like in my newsletter, it said that, like...
Because I already told you, I've seen videos where people talk about...
manual review, though. They literally said that. YouTube themselves said that. So you don't have to believe me, you can believe them.
But I'm saying they've lied before.
Okay. In what circumstance? Give me an example.
There are already stuff. I've seen videos where people... I'm going to sneeze. No, never mind. I've seen videos before where they disprove... They've done things where they input stuff to say manual review, and they've proved that AI just re-reviewed it. They say that it's manually reviewed, but it's not. There was like this video where some guy had his content like completely blatantly stolen. He manually reported that it was and then it was copyright striked against him by the person who stole it. He had it manually reported, and it was so obvious that he was in the right, but because it was like AI controlled, they just spat it back out like, oh, there's nothing we can do. And that's why I say I don't trust him.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know the validity of that either, because once again, that's coming from a YouTuber, and one that would obviously be in direct opposition of what happened to him, so... Not to say that that discredits it, but there is obvious clear bias there. And I'm just saying there's no credible, unbiased source that would imply anything like that. And at the very least, that would be an isolated event, which sure is bad isolated, but if you're concerned about the greater good of YouTube, because you yourself are not a creator and you don't have to worry about isolated events against you, then I don't see why there's any need to worry. No comment?
No, you're right. I was just trying to explain why I even brought it up in the first place.
Cuppa is banished from this table of discussion.
What do you want to talk about now?
Blacklisted topics. Copa, please never bring it up again.
It's your turn to have to bring something up. Because I've been wiping off the sides of the... What's the term?
There's just nothing important, but you never told me if you like my new YouTube blogger.
Oh yeah, I love your new yogurt. That flavor is amazing.
John's going to do this thing where he doesn't tell me if he likes something.
No.
But you can go look for yourself right now.
No, I do like it. I'm wondering though, like for what purpose, man?
Because it looks better.
Is it because you've cracked the code to being a Uber?
I have kind of, which I was possibly going to talk about, but probably not. Well, I did some researching.
Is it like a magic trick? If you tell them how you do it, it won't happen?
No, I just did some researching and studying about some things, and I looked for like hours and hours. I just interpreted all of my analytics, and I kind of have a little bit of a better understanding now kind of, I guess, the way I should be going about things if I want to get more popular. But I just think well, first of all, I feel like the logo kind of puts me into a box of gaming because it kind of, the pixel art.
Oh my goodness, Mennonite's eyes turn red when he
The
parries.
pixel art design is like, wow, you are a gamer. But specifically, even worse, more of like a nerd retro gamer. It just kind of gives off the vibe that like, wow, this
You're
guy,
not even a gamer at all. You gave up on gameplay videos.
Not true, considering that my
then you
like
came back
last
to Minecraft.
3 are. Or once I upload my newest video, my last 3. But if you'd let me talk,
Go ahead.
yeah, it just I feel like it kind of puts me into a box of, even more specifically, like retro, like Nintendo maybe, Mario, like, you get what I'm saying. It kind of like,
Why didn't I let you down?
the profile picture
I get it.
in some ways can kind of,
But then what do you...
I don't know how important
Tell
it
me.
is.
I want to know.
But also the other thing is that...
What specifically do you feel like this new one communicates?
I feel like it didn't stand out very much. It just kind of looked like a blue and orange blob, especially when you're viewing it in a small format, like on a video. If you look at it, it's so small. If you don't really paying attention to it, it just kind of looks like blue and orange blob.
No.
And so I just thought this catches attention more, and kind of, it's still the same object in the logo. It's still depicting the same thing, but it looks better and fancier while still being a little bit chaotic.
Well, now is your chance to tell the backstory that even I don't know of why you decided to have a random orange potion bottle as your logo to begin with.
Dude! Number 3! This is the number 3. This is the 3rd time that you've said that, or the 3rd time that I've told the story.
What?
Because last time, I remember it was like, I already told you this, dude. This is the 2nd time I'm telling you this. Now it's the 3rd. You had a science notebook where on the cover, you drew a potion bottle.
I think I've been intentionally not remembering that because there's nothing, like, I don't know why... Basically, your explanation is, I saw a potion bottle, so I made a potion bottle.
My explanation... Okay, fine.
I forgot which
Let me
one
go
I was
really into
for a
depth.
second.
So it was in... For some reason, it was like, I guess, converted into a little drawing book that we had. And it was in the back
I'm going to sneeze.
It was in the back of a car seat.
Never mind.
In our minivan. The good old minivan, back in the good old days. And it was in the back of... It was like in the little pocket in the back of the seat. And I guess I drew in it or something. But anyways, I remember that being on the front, and I was like, wow, that's so cool. I love science. I want to be a scientist. I want to do potion, bottle, bubble, physics, science.
Yeah, I don't think you call it a potion in that case. Just a beaker.
Right.
Or no, what do they call it?
It didn't start as a potion. I guess I kind of adapted that from you saying it so much. But it started as...
Because the video game aesthetic made me think it was a potion.
Right, which is fine. That works. I mean, it's kind of ambiguous, I guess. But yeah, so it started as being... It started as being that science... What do you call it? A beaker, right? A flask?
No, flasks are...
Anyways,
maybe...
I was just like, that's cool. I want to do that someday. Because I always thought, wow, Jonathan's in like middle school. He must be doing really cool experiments in science. Which is obviously not true. Because you were probably in middle school, like, what? Dissecting an owl pellet? That's probably the coolest thing that you did.
Did we do that?
I'm pretty sure everybody did. I've done it twice now. Anyways.
Kindergarten, a guy... Not kindergarten, elementary.
What was the story? You're losing me. Hold on. So, yeah. So, I just kind of... That kind of became, like, the generic object that I would draw whenever I drew stuff. Because I've always... I guess, especially back then, when I drew stuff, I would always, like, struggle the most with remembering how stuff looked.
Wait, so that's your pencil?
What?
My thing, how when I have no idea what to draw, I draw a pencil.
Sure. Or at least it was, anyways, my pencil. If that's the analogy you're making. But yeah, so, like, I was always amazed by how well you could remember, like, Mario characters when you drew them.
Yeah.
You know, it is pretty impressive.
If you were impressed back then, I've improved marginally.
I'm aware. And it's when you become a better artist, I guess that's...
You've not fallen for a single
You get better
chunk.
at remembering the details and stuff like that.
Remember when we both considered ourselves...
Wow! Just let me finish the story
I thought you were done.
1 second. No, I barely got anywhere. So, it became like the thing that I was like, okay, I just want to draw, I just want to doodle, but I'm so uncreative that I don't know what to draw. And so I think at least for some amount of time, I would doodle that little potion science bottle, whatever it was at the time. And it gets even deeper here because this is some very unexplored stuff. So that on the original picture, there were bubbles all in it, and I think a couple bubbles coming out of it. So that's where the concept came for the bubbles coming out of it that I used to have. Then I changed it, and there wasn't anything coming out of it, but now there is again. It's not bubble, but it's just like a drip.
Drip? Oh, yeah, it looks like it's being rotated, and there's like some flying out with centrifugal force. I like that.
Yeah, thank you.
It's artistic vision. I thought I was dead.
So, but yeah, there were like bubbles all in it, so that's where that came from. But if you look at the very, very, very first logo that I've ever made, which probably nobody has ever even seen other than me, it had an orange background, the bottle was blue, and what was inside was yellow.
What?
And it had bubbles.
That sounds terrible.
All around it. It looks awful.
I remember your old pixelated bottle, which just looked like crudely drawn. But the colors were the same.
But that was the original. I could even pull it up if you wanted to see it. I'll show you it later anyways. Or you could maybe even put it in the video. Nope, too much editing work. Anyways. So that's where because originally the drawing that you did, it was yellow. So that's where the original thing was. And then the orange and blue, the orange background and the blue bottle came from, those were my two favorite colors. And then I adapted it because I was like, wow, those colors don't really look good together or work well together at all. And that logo probably remained a logo for like 2 or 3 days. I don't really remember, but it was short-lived. And then I just made it orange on the inside and blue as the background, because at that point I had accepted that blue is my favorite color and not orange. And so that's how it became its modern design. And yeah, I think that's about it. It just became my thing now. Also because my name is Jam Lab, and I thought I had no other better ideas for my logo, and so I remembered that, which also it goes along with the, I don't have any ideas, I'm gonna draw this. So it was kind of that again. I didn't have any ideas for logo, so I'm gonna draw this potion bottle. Although this was middle school, so that was kind of like far-reaching, because the potion bottle or the original science bottle was, I was really young. But that's
science bottle.
Beaker.
A bottle of science. Thanks for letting me hit you.
I was scratching my face.
Oh, you should have paused like I always do.
So it was like, okay, well then I'll make it this. And that works because I'm Jam Lab and laboratory science.
Oh, that's the part.
And now I guess you could see it as a potion bottle or not, or whatever you want to. I think I've adapted it to look a bit more like potion bottle-y. But, it can be whatever you want it to be. I honestly don't think what it is matters too much. I think it should look good, although I'm not sure how much that matters either. But there you go. I think it looks good now. I mean, I think it looked fine before.
I like it too, dude. That's the most you've elaborated on that history, so now I'll actually remember it.
Thanks. Any other questions about the history?
I was gonna say you talking about your drawing stuff has reminded me of the old days when we both considered ourselves artistically talented, and then at some point you gave up and said you weren't good at it.
Am I not? I think I am.
I think you are. Not as much as me, probably because you haven't been doing it as much.
No,
but it's the same thing like technology. I think we have the same potential. You just haven't done it as much.
I think I'm okay at drawing, but I think I'm as good of an artist as you are, but I think we just have very different mediums.
What's my medium?
You're a lot better at drawing and like pixel art, although I've gotten a lot better at pixel art because I do it a lot now. But you're a lot better at drawing, like that kind of freehand stuff.
No.
Whereas you might not consider it art, but I mean I do. I'm good at like graphic design stuff and like making logos like that. Which, I mean, that was drawing as well, but it's it's not that complex of a drawing. It's a simple design, but I would say I'm pretty good at making designs. So you're good at maybe like the actual
Yes.
Wait, what? I was shielding.
Poke.
I
mean, if a normal move can poke a shield, I'm sure a Falcon Punch
I rolled. I just thought it would be faster. Anyways, what was I talking about? See, now I forgot. Because we talked about the game. Well, you get the idea.
You were talking about how you're good at graphic design.
You're good at What is the word I'm looking for? You're
I don't
good
know,
at
man.
actualizing it, like from a design to drawing it, and I'm good at
I'm good at visualizing.
and I'm good at designing, and we're both good artistically, I'd say, creatively, just maybe in different ways. The end.
Now I forgot the other
beginning.
thing I was going to say.
You died. I wonder how long we've been going.
I
I wonder if this is our worst podcast yet.
But you can watch us play Smash Bros. This is our best gameplay yet. Like, I've actually been not terrible.
I'm not focusing on the game. Well, maybe it's because I'm not focusing on the game at all.
Dad, you're playing bad? Yeah, that makes enough sense.
Maybe, I'm not saying I'm playing bad. I could be playing good. I'm just focusing on trying to carry the podcast, or carry the conversation. Speaking of which, I don't know what else to say.
Well, see, the thing is, I had something I wanted to say that was not related to our last topic, but I thought of it while we were talking about it. And now it's gone. So we're going to talk about Smash Bros. Now. No, we're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Surely you have something you want to talk about. Just
Well,
that you would.
what,
Let's pretend I'm one of your friends. What would you talk about with a friend who also knows all the stuff your brother
I'm
does?
gay. I'm just kidding. Okay. No, you started. Are you talking about the thing that you were gonna say while I was talking about the origin of my logo?
Oh yeah, something like that.
I was talking about the notebook in the car with the drawing on it. It was like around there.
No, that wasn't it.
So what's your logo gonna be when you make a YouTube channel? Oh wait, you're not gonna. I told you.
I have some sort of weird fixation with default logos. Like, I like Byte's default logo of a smiley face and a rainbow background. But YouTube's is kind of boring because it's just like a gray shadow silhouette, is it not?
It's blue.
Maybe I'll just
no, you're gonna make it like a black question, or
That's
white
the closest thing to a symbol I have related to me. But if I follow your advice, then I guess it should be a pencil.
Why?
Because that's... Jason, where have you been?
I know, but that has nothing... That's not relevant to you at all. I mean, mine was mildly relevant to me as far as the Jam Lab thing, and that I guess it makes it... If you see it as a potion bottle, gaming, it makes sense. But the pencil...
Well, the other thing I occasionally draw is a generic
animation
game
and
controller.
drawing could work for...
Yeah, that's exactly it. What if that's what I do on my channel?
Okay, then you should still maybe tie it into the question mark somehow, since that kind of defines you as far as this. Unless you want to get rid of that definition and show your face, or just get rid of that definition in general, because it's kind of generic.
Yeah, I know. But then again, I told you I like generic things.
But so would just a pencil be generic? So
but the honest truth is that I'm not...
You should make it like a pencil shaped as a question mark, or a pencil with a little question mark on it or something. I don't know. Or a pencil drawing a question mark. That could be the logo. A question mark drawn on a piece of paper with a pencil touching it. As if it was like...
Yes.
Something like that.
That's an aesthetic.
Yes.
But the truth is...
designing things.
The truth is it doesn't matter because I'm never going to make content of any sort or reveal anything about myself at all.
You've admitted
You're going to find it all when I die, and you're actually going to find a lot of stuff that's finished, but that I didn't want to release out of order. And you're going to be like, wow, this could have and already is awesome.
He actually, he's making some games.
Why did that flip me around?
He actually is making the 4th game in his series to one of them before the 1st.
I know. He's
actually finished the
music,
4th game, but
I
he
started
can't
making music
yet
for it
until he releases the 1st game. Yeah, but no, you talked about making content before, and I was like, dude, it's never gonna happen.
Well,
and you're like, yeah, it is.
The sad thing is, it's not exactly my fault. But the worst thing is,
would you mind if I stopped recording really quick to see if I can make this auto scroll? Because it's annoying me.
No, I wouldn't mind.
Okay, we're back. Let's see if it auto scrolls.
Let's see.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
That's weird.
I don't know why.
Turned off a setting.
It's just from my monitor to now being on the
just like
screen.
I'm convinced you must have turned off a setting that makes it so Google Hangouts never notifies you when I send you a message.
It does sometimes, but
and I want to know why. Okay, here's the thing. This might actually not work.
What?
You will have to edit this video because I think I tried to do it with another MP4, and it was muted too. Yeah, when I try to edit anything in Premiere, and I put in an MP4, it gets rid of all the audio. But here's the thing.
Well, I think because
I can tell when it's going to happen ahead of time because the audio symbol is there, but it's grayed out. So I don't know. Did I activate some setting?
Maybe. I'll take a look at it again later. I think it might just be we both have pirated versions of Premiere, and I think we both have glitches on our...
I love when you just casually admit that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but there's no way that people that have no income at all can pay $20 a month for something that is not worth that amount of money. Adobe's...
Oh, it's a monthly
Adobe
thing?
Suite is extremely overpriced.
I forget that these things are monthly. You don't just buy them.
Yeah, that way they get more money out of you. It's dumb. But I mean, at least that $20 covers every single software that they have.
I mean, I hate monthly payment stuff. We would never have Switch Online if a friend didn't offer to like have us join his family plan or whatever.
Yeah, we would.
We would?
I would have bought it.
I probably wouldn't have.
It's $30 a year.
I probably would have told myself...
$20, actually.
Well, here's the thing. I probably would have told myself for the longest time that although I wish I didn't have to and that I don't think it's worth it, I probably would eventually do it. But the thing is, I probably never actually would, even though I said that. I kicked you right in the face.
Okay.
Because I'm one of those people who says they're going to do something and then doesn't do it, just like literally everything.
Okay.
Anyways, that actually leads me to what I was going to say, which is that I can't do any of these things that I want to do. I was going to say it's not my fault, but the truth is that it's simultaneously all my fault and all my environment's fault. I think that if it weren't my fault, but everything about my life were still the same, I still wouldn't be able to do it. But I also think that if everything about my life were different, but I were still me, I still wouldn't be able to do it. So basically, I have two variables that have to be completely eliminated for me to be able to do anything.
Wait. There's obstacles in life? You have to work around them? Or no, you just wait for them to disappear?
What? No, I can work around them, but because me is part of the equation, dude.
Yeah, so change
Do the math.
yourself. What do you mean? You're
Here's the
complaining
thing.
about obstacles.
I'm about to get deep.
Okay,
You say change yourself, but what if but you have to start changing yourself as yourself. What if the person you already are is someone who can't change themselves? Then you say, well, then change yourself into be someone who can change themselves. But if you're already someone who can't change themselves...
change yourself. Oh, wait. What if that's not possible? There's no such thing
I'm being broad here.
Okay.
I don't think it's impossible for anybody to change themselves at all. Then you'd not be alive, because the purpose of life is change over time. Otherwise, you'd just be a rock.
There's nothing unchanging. Period. So exaggerate all you want, but there's literally zero validity to your statement. So it holds zero truth. You saying that you can't change yourself is, once again, is just you admitting defeat to obstacles. And if that's how you want to live your life, then you're going to never complete anything because there's always going to be struggle.
That's not true, because actually I still lied when I said I'm never going to get these things done. I just know that it'll always be subpar, so I feel like the logical decision is to give up, but it's not what I'm going to do.
You being in college makes sense if you don't have time to do whatever the generic thing is that you're talking about. But you having a bad work ethic or whatever specific, not once again vague and generic factor about yourself that prevents you from doing this is there's no excuse for you to say that. It's not an excuse. That's all I'm saying. It's not an excuse. Just get better then. And it's not like it's going to happen overnight, but you can change your mindset. You can change the way you are, and it's something that you have to do. Instead of saying, nope, I can't do it. Because then you might as well just kill yourself because, wow, life's going to suck if you can't do anything,
No need to escalate things.
Well, I'm saying if you can't change yourself... Okay. I was about to say if you can't change yourself, kill yourself, but that sounds really bad.
Well, you should disclaim it by saying you think everyone can change themselves.
I'm saying you can change yourself.
You're being hypothetical.
And I'm saying life is going to suck if you can't, but you can, so life isn't going to suck. And you just have to suck it up and change yourself. I'm saying you're being a wuss, and you need to suck it up.
I know. So now I'm just going to tell you why I don't want to do podcasts anymore. So,
I'm gay. Jonathan, I know.
Why are you doing... Jeez, dude.
The coming out cast. Both of us have done it now. Go ahead.
Done
AJ.
what? When did I?
Come out. I just did it for you. We all know you're gay, Jonathan.
No.
Nah.
Come out
The way
as...
you said that actually just convinced me that you are gay.
No, I'll come out as asexual. How about that?
Ew, that's gay. I'm just kidding. I'm not an asexual. I'm not a homophobe. I love gay people. Move on from this topic, Jonathan.
No, I want to let you marinate in your own awkwardness. You did this to yourself. Oh, Dred, I'm going to die. Okay, bye.
Just talk.
Here's why I don't want a podcast. The last podcast we did, so I stayed up to... It didn't take long for it to process and upload and everything. But then the problem is... I hadn't actually listened to the whole podcast. I only listened to the parts that I changed that I needed to work at. But then I was doing the timestamps the next day or the next morning.
Don't worry about the timestamps.
Oh, no, I was just doing it because I had a bit of time to do it.
Okay.
And just 5 minutes in, you made my ears bleed. I forgot that last podcast, we completely switched roles. You did several things that normally I do. And one of those was screaming like a banshee.
We're pretty loud this podcast.
I was like, and I said
You're pretty loud right now.
I don't care. It's justified at this point. So here's the thing. Normally, if it was either of us screaming, I would just leave it in and say, well, that's who we are. But then I said to myself, I gotta be honest with myself. If I was enjoying this podcast more than anything in my entire life, and then that just happened, I would click away immediately. Like, my hand would do it before I even thought about it. I'd be like, I'd be scared. And then I wouldn't even look back. I'd be like, I did the right thing. So I had to go back and I had to lower your volume.
Okay.
And put a disclaimer saying volume warning.
Okay, or you could have just cut it out. It was in the beginning you're talking about?
Yes, 5 minutes in. Almost exactly 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay. Well, okay.
I'm dead, son.
So the reason you don't want to do the
No,
podcast
let me explain.
is because of an inconvenience.
I had to reprocess and re-upload the whole video because I had it already uploading by that time. And just like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. And you destroyed any chance of productivity I had that day, which was a school day.
So you should have just dropped it. Worked on school.
But I made a promise to people.
Okay. I think
promise maybe is a strong word.
Jonathan, I think that...
Actually, people might be a strong word. Maybe I should just say myself.
Shut up! I think the tens of thousands of dollars invested in your college education is a little more important than having your podcast up on Tuesday, Jonathan.
I know.
Do you see what we're saying now? So maybe you should stop worrying so much about the 3 people, maybe, at tops that watch your video, which probably don't even watch it on our videos, which probably don't even watch it on the day you upload, probably don't watch it on Tuesday. Of those 3 people that will be totally understanding if you can upload on Tuesday and stop being unrealistic with yourself. I can understand setting goals because you don't want to procrastinate, but this isn't a matter of procrastinating. It's a matter of you need to do your work, the things that matter. And if you're just talking about you felt defeated because everything went wrong, that happens to me literally all the time. You remember I had to upload that video twice? And then it went from 90% back down to 30%. Think I should have given up? No, I don't give up. Okay, that's all.
Thanks for the motivation, dude. But in all seriousness, this is why I either don't try things or wait too long or have to have a specific process. It's because I end up getting committed to them, like this podcast. And then... I can understand. At times like this, I'm not ready, and I should have known that, but it already happened, and so now it's already a thing.
I can understand doing something.
That's why I won't even start these games in earnest.
Just as a passion project, I can understand that, but you also have to have priorities still, and that should probably be almost at the bottom of your priorities, other than, I guess,
because I'm going to be real with you. I had set a goal to put up my first video on my YouTube channel last year, and I could have done it.
What?
I could have done it. I could have done it if I gave up on everything else in my life but that. And you probably remember the 3 days that I tried giving up on everything but it.
I don't.
And I almost failed my classes that semester.
I don't remember that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm glad you weren't paying attention. I'm glad me not taking a shower and just going straight to my laptop to do stuff never rung any bells for you.
When was it? When were you talking about?
Last year.
Nice. There's 365 days for me
Actually,
to pick
was
from.
that last year or was that
John,
early this year?
There's 365 days in a year, and I don't know which 3 of those you're talking about.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it was October-ish. No, it was originally October. Then it went into. Yeah, it was, I think, late November.
Okay,
was
well,
when you would have noticed.
You know what you did this winter break? You know what you did?
Games.
Yeah, you know what else you did?
What? Nothing is probably what you're gonna say.
I'm saying you did a lot of leisure activities.
You always say that.
Which is fine. I think everybody needs a break. Everybody should take time to, have fun in life and not work constantly. But at the same time, you can't complain even for a second. If you're talking about having one video up on YouTube, you could have taken, 2-3 days maximum out of your winter break to make one video if that's what you wanted. Put it up on your YouTube channel. It could be up by now.
What? You think that I can make a YouTube video in 2 to 3 days? Oh, I'm not making your type of content, dude.
Oh, okay. How long are we talking? Full days of just working on it.
Yes.
How long are we talking then? A month? Are you making a movie?
Yeah.
Or can you just not
movie.
Or can you not sit down for more than 2 minutes?
No, it's not a 2-minute thing, dude.
I'm saying, can you not sit down for 2 minutes? You can't work.
I can work.
You can't work for more than 2 minutes.
I work straight for those 2 days.
Then there's no way that it should take you more than, a week to make a video? 2 weeks if it's an elaborate animation? I mean, you're not telling me what you're making, but I'm going to assume it's like an animation or something.
It's whatever I want it to be. I don't know.
But exactly, you just said generically, you said a video. So if you wanted anything,
well,
you could have.
Here's the thing: you already know I'm not going to put my face in the video because I told you I don't care about that.
You could have, at the very least, made a YouTube channel, made a profile picture, something. You could do something to work on your goals, but instead you just say you have no time constantly.
Why did that happen?
Even though you have had times during moments, but then what do? You don't do it, and I guess it's just because you feel like you'll never be able to do it. I don't know. You'll never be able to.
Well, there's a point where I say, why work on something that I know I'm not going to finish? And then I look back on some of these things and I'm like, yeah, I might as well have just been leisuring.
So this will be real. No, okay. Well, we don't need to get too much into this anymore. I think we already are past an hour, although I have to check after this round.
Oh, definitely. We were at 50.
But
so now it's just Banjo versus Piranha Plant. Let's go.
But the last thing I want to say, and then I guess we can just commentate this game. It's going to be interesting to see when you get out of college if you actually do work or if you just don't. It'll be interesting. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not going to say I'll never be a hard worker, but I'll never have a good work ethic. I'll always be working in spite of it.
See, that's the stupidest thing you've ever said because that might be true now, but that's something that you can change.
No, it's a personality trait. I just told you, I might be a good worker, but I'll never...
You can change your personality. You can change anything about you. Literally. So
I think we have different meanings of certain things.
John, then you can make yourself have a stronger work ethic. Now, if you don't try...
Work ethic I define as... Why do I keep thinking that my neutral B is my up B? Maybe because it throws something up.
It'll be interesting to see if your excuse of college taking up too much time, which is a valid excuse, it'll be interesting to see if you find a different excuse once you're out of college. Which I'm sure you will, but it'll be interesting.
Here's the thing. If any of my goals are possible, then yeah, I won't have any excuse. My only excuse, but then that would be on me, is that my goals were unrealistic from the start.
You're going to have to get a job, so that could be a valid excuse, maybe. But once again, we'll have to see. Now, welcome to Two Guys Playing Smash Bros. This is a little taste of what
I'm winning, even though I have no experience with Piranha Plant.
This is like... I have no experience with Banjo. This is like a little taste of what our channel will be in Never, because
I was going to say,
give up on it.
We don't do duo gaming content anymore. We also haven't done Smash Bros. Do you have any Smash Ultimate content?
Yes.
You do? Oh, no.
The reason why I don't have much is because it's hard for me to record on this monitor because of the issues with the volume. And I just, I mean, it's a game. Smash Ultimate is a game, but I'm not sure what exactly I would do with it, so... I've thought about it, but I don't play it that much, so... Even though I do like it. But yeah, no, this is like what the content is going to be on our future development of this
I thought you were
channel
going to say third channel.
that will never exist. Probably.
Wait, so you're pinning an additional channel on me now?
No, I said the future development of this channel. There's no reason to make another one. I thought you talked about I didn't know that did that. Okay.
Yeah, I do want to put gameplay content on this channel. I just want
the joke
this
was
to
that
make
it's
a channel
never
for
gonna,
us.
The joke is that it's never gonna happen.
I'm going to have to rebrand.
Just like any other stuff that you say you're gonna do.
I wanted to shoot some poison gas, but you died too fast.
Okay, everybody. Yeah, I'm tired. I want to eat lunch.
Oh, yeah. We're both miserable.
I'm not. Jonathan.
Oh, okay.
Jonathan seems like he just kind of hates life, which is not very nice.
Why don't you go ahead and trying to resolve that by making fun of me for listening to edgy music that you don't even know?
You brought that on yourself, buddy.
I'm just saying, you're very helpful. No, I don't expect you to be.
Did you just throw away all of the motivational speech that I just told you gave you?
No, I'm going to do the things you said. I'm going to... I don't see the things that I consider part of my personality are things that I don't think should be changed. But I am going to change the things that I do think should be changed. But then it's just...
I'm not telling you to change who you are as a person, but I'm saying you can improve your negative qualities. Your so-so or indeterminate qualities that are just part of who you are, you can keep those the same.
This episode serves to foreshadow the mythical season 5 of the podcast, where everything is okay. And
that's what I'm saying. How do you know it is going to be? How do you know you're not going to be like, yep, no, that's too much work?
No, it is. It is because I'm secretly pulling all the strings here. This is.
Oh, you know, know that I'm going to get famous
and obviously
be able to support you, so that you don't have to have a job, so that you can work full time.
No, that is what you're supposed to think, but that's not completely true.
Okay.
It's close. It's just enough that it'll throw you for a loop. Close. You'll be all like, "Oh, I knew it," and then it'll be like, "What?"
Oh, I knew it. Oh, what? Yeah. Okay.
It's crazy. It's a big plot dump right now, but like we made it entertaining with Smash Bros. So just stay tuned. Stay tuned for the next season.
This is a fever dream podcast.
Yes, it is. Literally, I think we blew people's minds in the bad way. So have fun with your therapist. Bye.
The duality of us playing Smash Bros. While so aggressively talking about...
Because we have nothing else to talk about.
There's the dichotomy of this podcast was legendary.
This was literally like a social experiment we put on ourselves, trying to talk when we have nothing to talk about. To other people, to ourselves, while playing Smash Bros.
This is something else, guys. I'm glad.
It's like
glad you guys got to be a part of this.
Okay. See you next time.
Make sure to drop a comment and tell Jonathan not to be a lazy bum.
I'm not trying.
Tell him to not
more about prioritization.
But try not to.
You want to say something neat? You're not gonna say catch you on the flippy dip? Did you get rid of that?
I haven't been saying it because it's kind of stupid.
Say it one more time, for old time's sake.
I'll see you guys on the flippity dippity.
As will I.
Outro music. Hey, look, we're in the end card.
Oh, really? Dude, I thought we ended 7 end cards ago.
Yeah, I did too, but then you said you want to say something cool, so I was like,
do you have something?
No, you said say something cool. I said bye, but when you said that, I thought we were already...
This is okay because I started putting end cards.
I'm pressing the stop.
I started putting end cards in these things, so it's worth it.
I'm pressing stop. I'm pressing stop. Bye.
Bye.